This Tuesday morning, it belongs to the North Alton Godfrey Business Council on this 10th day of December. And we got Jen and Jacob in the studio. Persnickety. I was nervous about typing this for like a week and a half now. Jen, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Hanging in there. And then Jacob, how's life treating you?
It's going well.
Insurance business doing well?
It's doing very well. Yes, sir.
Well, it's always a great time to talk about the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. And then we're at this time of the year where, things are hopefully, in at least 2 weeks or so, it's going to slow down for a couple of days before they speed right back up for 2025. And Jen, let's start right with you. You have Persnickety. I saw so many posts about this shop. And then I'll be honest with you all, before the segment started, I said, Jen, describe Persnickety. And this is one of the best answers I think I've gotten to describe a business. So fill me in on how you describe the shop.
So Persnickety is kind of an eclectic blend of vintage, antique, and then I carry new product lines as well. I carry Alexa Pulitzer. She does correspondence pieces, which is fantastic. She's from New Orleans and a lot of fun. But I get my pieces, I like to say my pieces find me, so I can help them find their owners.
Well, and see, that's something we've been talking about lately, and especially with, the shopping season and everyone talking about, going to bigger stores or Amazon. We keep talking about this show, Shopping Local, because you're our curator. We don't have to worry about that bad shopping experience because you're already curating through, I'm sure, thousands of items and inventory to make sure that they're ready to go to our homes.
Yes, I am.
Really cool. And now, was business something you've always been into? Is this new for you, a new venture?
So it is a new venture. I started in April at Honeybee Vintage.
Really cool.
With Melissa Bland.
She's great.
She is fantastic. She really does a nice job of encouraging and curating new business owners. So she likes to think of herself as an incubator. So I was very excited to work under her. Kim Tanner from Strange Lovely is the one that encouraged me to do this. So I've always wanted a shop. I grew up here in Alton. I went to Marquette. So I spent a lot of time on Broadway back in the old days when it was all the antique shops. And I just always wanted to have one of my own. And
honestly, it seems like now there's such a resurgence in a way, and we're getting to that point. Do you feel kind of proud to be a part of that wave?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see the life coming back to Broadway. And, I'm starting to see snippets of what it used to be. So I'm very excited to see the future for it.
And now you're in your own storefront now, correct?
I am. I'm inside Mineral Springs Mall, right next to It's Raining Zen and Uncle Jeff's T-shirts.
Really cool. And now, if you walked in the shop today, what would be the atmosphere that you could describe?
Well, it's very Christmassy.
Good answer.
Because
That's
it's
a good
Christmas
answer.
time. So we have to have lots of Christmas things. I really love China. I'm into China. This month's set that I'm featuring it's hand painted pottery with snowmen. So it's very cute. And
Wait a minute.
That's cool.
Is it this?
It is. Look at you.
I'm like
so
the CIA. I will always find out.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cute? So it's something that you can enjoy now, but you can keep that set out and use it every day until March.
Really cool.
So love it. Yeah.
See, and Jacob, this is where you and I win this Christmas because we go see Jen and then we act like we're like masterminds and we decided all of this, when we got gifts.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, and Jen, before we get over to Jacob, take me through really just the community that is the small business owners that make up that Broadway corridor. What's the conversations like?
Oh, everybody's very excited because they're all seeing the resurgence. Everyone is extremely tight, very helpful. And there's everything there from restaurants to frameries to toy shops to antiques to I know Party on Broadway. You can make your own party and bring your friends. So it's just a great vibe right now down there.
And it seems like everyone really is on the same page and wants to contribute, and
they
that's
do.
cool.
Everyone's so helpful.
Well, and you can't have a business without insurance.
That's true.
And that's where Farmers comes in.
Absolutely.
Jacob, how long have you been in the insurance industry?
I've been in the insurance industry for a couple of years now, but I've opened my office on February 1st.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So take me through that experience. Opening the own office.
It was a huge leap of faith in myself, and especially being somewhat new to the area, trying to figure out a way to market to a bunch of people that I already know while also growing the brand a little bit. So
Where are you
it's been
from?
Really fun. Originally San Antonio, Texas.
Really?
Yep.
So take me through how'd you wind up here?
Well, I met my beautiful fiance up in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and she's from the area.
Really
once COVID happened, we kind of realized that it was getting too expensive to live up in Colorado, so we decided to figure out a new place to get a home and buy a home, and we chose Alton.
So let me ask you this. What's your takeaway? You're here for a couple of years now.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I really do. I really do. The community's great. Everybody's super nice. The golf courses aren't bad.
There you go. Good answer. Yeah. Man, Jacob, you prepared for this today. So how'd you find insurance?
I've had a couple of mentors in the past that spoke about what the opportunities could be within insurance. And I've always been in sales, but I've always also wanted to help people. And I feel like a lot of people with insurance just aren't educated on what they need and what they know. And that's kind of where I base my business around. It's just making sure people understand what they have and make sure they're not overinsured or underinsured in certain areas.
100%. And I feel like with what Farmers does, you can really do that with all, specific industries too. It doesn't matter if you're commercial or residential. There's going to be some way that you can help them.
Absolutely.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Right now, as the year's wrapping up, how is the state of the insurance industry? What are rates like? Are you going to give us some good news today?
Yeah.
The weight of the world's on your shoulders.
Yeah. So, as we know, usually election years, things can be kind of volatile when it comes to finances and economy and stuff like that. Insurance, now that it's over and we kind of see what could potentially be down the pipeline, there are some rate decreases that are coming all over the board, which is good to see. So we've taken up 7% in December, and we're looking to take another 8% in January. So
that's incredible.
We're looking pretty excited about it.
See what I did for all of you guys today? I'll give you that 20 layer, Jacob.
I appreciate it.
So, you got the business up and going in February. What's that first couple of months in a business look like?
Terrifying.
I'm not trying.
It's terrifying. Yeah. If you're not making money, then you're not making money.
And two, you're trying to start you got all this going on too, and I get it, man. So what do you do to kind of, in a way, stay sane and also, keep growing?
I mentioned golfing earlier.
Yeah.
So that's my me time. That's where I kind of turn the brain off and just kind of enjoy myself. So that's definitely something that helps out.
Now, where do you find yourself working more and helping people more right now? Is it on the business side of things? Is it with, residential clients?
I think it's residential because I feel a lot of people feel the pain of rates been increasing a lot for the past couple of years. And I've been doing my absolute best just to kind of educate people, know exactly what they have. That way they understand it a little bit more, because it hurts when you're paying a lot of money for something and you don't know why.
What's that education look like? Let's say I call you on the phone and, I'm going, hey, Jacob, here's what I'm paying a month. Here's my insurance card. Here's what it looks like. Here's my policy. What can you tell me in a couple of minutes just from looking at it?
So first and foremost, when it comes to something like auto, you look at what you're covered for, bodily injury limit, stuff like that. A lot of people want the cheapest possible option right off the bat, and sure, they save $1 right away, but in the long term, it potentially could hurt them, especially if, God forbid, the worst were to happen. Yeah. And you were to get in a severe accident. You could be a lot more financial pain on the back end because you're having to pay for things that you're not covered for at that time. So that's a huge thing. And when it comes to homeowners insurance, a lot of people haven't had their homes revalued since they purchased their original insurance policy. So they're usually a lot underinsured. So
makes sense.
I always tell people, if you're covered for X amount of dollars and you need more, what part of your house don't you want to rebuild if something were to happen? You know what I mean? And that kind of people wake up a little bit to that. Well,
and there's so much more I want to talk about with insurance, and we'll do that on the flip side of this commercial break. And Jen, I want to go back over here because the snowman just keeps catching my eye. But I'm going to be honest, there's something else that I saw that just kind of brought the nostalgia back to me, and I think that's going to be a lot of what I'm going to feel going into your store, just because it just seems like there's just something about it, There's just such that unique blend. And it was that culinary set that had Santa Claus on it. Yeah, right here. Look at this. This is like the coolest thing. It reminds me of my grandma's set that she had when I was growing up. Look at this. Isn't that the coolest thing?
Yeah.
Look at that. I got to zoom in because my eyes are getting bad.
Yeah, no. So that's a Christopher Radko piece. Yeah. And it's just great for little appetizers if you're doing hors d'oeuvres, and the little spreads really put you in the mood.
What I take away from it, though, is there's, you can use this for your own home if you're hosting a gathering, or you can get them for gifts, or even, just, I don't know, yourself just to have. I think it's really something that fits, everyone's need or interest now.
Yeah, and it makes a great little hostess gift, too, if you're going to a party and you need just a little something to give someone.
Man, look at this. I mean, now you got some really cool Christmas books that I'm seeing here too. We'll just go on the scene here before I go to break because I'm being nosy today.
Yeah, he's a
Look
sweet
at
little
this.
piece. I believe he's from 1907. The
Oh
little
wow,
book.
that's from 1907.
Yeah, the book.
Yeah.
Was. Yeah, he's really, really cool.
That's so cool. And then I mean, just some of these Santa items are just really cool too.
Yep, little bottle stoppers.
Look at that.
Yes,
That's
so
cool.
that is the advent calendar from, if you don't recognize it, National Lampoon Christmas Vacation.
Oh, you're
That's
right.
awesome.
Yes,
Is that available for purchase?
It is. It's actually in the window right now.
That's awesome.
Okay. We'll be right back after this. How much is that?
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. Which is good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
And that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas.
Welcome back. Your Tuesday morning continues right here on RiverBender.com and Roku TV. Man, it really likes Sydney. Why does it keep going back to Blog Talk? Sydney, you're doing something up there to our software. Back with Jen and Jacob. We're here with our North Alton Godfrey Business Council Spotlight. All righty, back to Persnickety. So, how do you find these products?
So, estate sales. I do a lot of vintage shopping. I have some gentlemen in Mexico, Missouri. They're so fun. They have an antique store, and they're all retired. They sit around in a bunch of recliners, and they heckle you when you come into their shop. And they have an old dog that lays around. He's great. But they like to, in their retirement, they like to go and travel to the big antique stores or shows like Brimfield. They go down to Dallas. They go everywhere. And they've gotten to know me over the years and my tastes and what I like. So if they see something, they'll text me like, "Hey, Jen, you like this?" I'm like, "Yes, no, yes." So I go and see them quite often, and they do a little shopping for me.
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
What's the next couple of years looking like for you? You're looking to stay in the same spot you are for a time being?
We'll just have to see.
Good
we'll
answer
just
there.
have to see. Things are going very well. I've been extremely pleased. The community has been wonderfully supportive. Yeah, so we'll just have to see where it goes.
And do you do online shopping or online orders?
Oh, well, through my socials.
Okay.
Through my socials. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Definitely follow me. If you see something on my socials, reach out. because I do have a lot of things that I post that don't make it to the shop because somebody reaches out and sees it ahead of time. I would like to expand an online presence. I am very challenged when it comes to technology.
It's so difficult.
So I haven't even attempted that yet.
Yeah.
But
I
hopefully
totally
soon.
get it.
Hopefully soon.
Honestly, I thank God I came to a place when I got out of radio that hosts websites and stuff and does all this tech, because I can't do it at all. I just hit the button and then I talk into this thing, and that's kind of it. I know how to hit these 4 ones, and then I go back to my office and pick up the phone again. I suck at technology too.
Yeah, it's bad, but hopefully we'll get there.
You are. And, I think it's really cool, too. If you just go to her Facebook page, Persnickety by Jen Farley, you'll be able to see, honestly, just a lot of ideas, too, for your own home. Sometimes that's kind of cool, like your own kind of Pinterest in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's people just don't. People need to realize that you can mix and match everything. You don't have to be just stuck into I'm farmhouse. Oh, well, I'm dark academia. Mix it all up. Put what you love in your home, and then you won't really ever have to redecorate.
But that's not what the Sears showroom said, though.
Yeah, well, we won't talk about the Sears showroom, but we're here to talk about Persnickety.
That's right. And I got to ask you, Jim, before we get back to Jacob for a little bit here, what is your style? Is that kind of why you have the store? Is yours just a little bit of everything?
It is. I do. I love everything is my problem. I mean,
that's cool.
I will confess that I'm not a big fan of mid-century modern, which I know is so popular right now.
Yeah.
But everything else, I just love it all. I just love it all.
Cool. Well, and you know what I think too is, I don't know if you've noticed this, Jacob. I have, because I get some I get my grandma's Christmas decorations just because you grow up with them. Like, I'm gonna use some of those, but I have a new tree, and it just doesn't look right, because you have the new tree with the older stuff, and it's like, how do you make it look right? I think now I'm just going to call Jen and go, what do I do? What do I put here to transition
put what
this?
you love on there.
Oh, look at that.
What you love.
God, you're too nice to me. You're too nice to me.
Fun.
I tried.
All right, Jacob. Do you remember the first person you worked with in town?
In town? No, not. I mean, it was just me.
Yeah, no, I mean your first client. Do you remember that first conversation?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Really
absolutely,
cool.
Yeah.
You still have them?
I do. I do.
Do you look to stay here for a little bit with the family starting and all of that, or are you guys looking in a couple of years?
I'm planning on staying for the foreseeable future.
Really cool.
I'd love to get back to Colorado at some point in time, but I don't think it'd ever be a full-time move.
Get you.
Yeah, it's just... It's amazing and it's beautiful and it's incredible and stuff like that, but it's so expensive up there sometimes, and this is such a great economic area to be.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
What's funny is whenever I was in Austin for a few months, I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh man, this will be fun to do, and then I was like, man, I am broke in 2 weeks. This is not looking good here.
Right.
Going down fast. Whenever you're looking at policies and you're looking at you're talking with somebody, what should we look at? If maybe we're calling for our home policy, do you have a timeline of maybe every couple of years of starting to maybe refresh it, maybe getting a few phone calls out for new bids? What should we look at in our own policies to take note of?
Yeah, I think so, especially for like the homeowners policies, because a lot of those policies don't keep up with natural inflation.
Okay.
So
yeah, as we're talking about.
If your home was valued, 7 or 8 years ago when you got your original policy, there's a good chance that it's a little bit underinsured at that moment, right? Another thing is, don't be fearful and afraid of what any new rates would be going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Don't be fearful and afraid of what you think may be a lot of work. We take a lot of that hassle away from you. That's what we do.
Because I'm sure a common disconnect is someone goes, well, if I switch, then my rate's going to go up through the roof. Is that something you hear all the time, or is that
every conversation I have?
Is it?
Every conversation I have, yeah.
So, how many, when you're having these conversations, how long does it take for someone to normally make a decision in insurance? I've always been curious about that. Because I'm kind of a different sell. I'm pretty easy.
Absolutely. Well, if we have all the information in front of us and there's no guesswork on what you're actually covered for, or what you're actually paying or anything like that, it's very quick and very easy. And I take care of a lot of the back end stuff, like helping you cancel other policies,
Gotcha.
and taking care of your stuff with the bank and the escrow and all that stuff. I do that for you, so you don't really need to. But if you really are completely unsure of what you've got and what you're doing, there's a little bit more education that I think needs to be had so you feel comfortable with your decision.
Yeah, I like that too. And it's good for the people to know, because sometimes, everyone always is in this rush society feeling anymore where it's like, we got to get this done today, and sometimes taking a breath is okay to do.
It definitely is okay to do. It's a tough decision because it's protecting everything that you hold dear.
Right.
You know, most
You're
of your
100%
investments
right.
that you have are what you get insured for.
What's the trickiest kind of quote to go through? Is it auto? Is it home?
It's life.
Really?
Yeah, life insurance is tough. People don't really like to think about the after the fact of something like that,
Yeah.
and it's probably the most important insurance out there.
When should somebody start considering life insurance?
Yesterday.
Like seriously?
Absolutely.
Wow.
God forbid you don't make it home. What's going to happen to your affairs and your family and stuff like that? You just need to protect them as best as you can.
Yeah, I totally
Absolutely.
get that.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, for somebody that's younger and maybe starting to look at that thing, is that something where you go, hey, it's time to just look at it, because you just never, like you said, you never know if a car accident happens, God forbid.
You
just
know, exactly.
take care of the final stuff.
And the scary thing about it is when something like that does absolutely happen, the last thing that you want to have to worry about are finances.
That's true.
And if you've got
Yeah.
something to kind of just take care of that way you could grieve and mourn and to kind of take your time to come back to life.
Have you had conversations with young people about this already?
I absolutely have.
How do their eyes look when you go, you got to start talking about life insurance here?
Everyone gets a little shaky.
That's what I'm kind of asking
Their
you. Yeah.
throats start to jump around
Yeah.
a little bit, you know. And there's some other great products when it comes to life insurance to, you know, look after young children. That
That's what I
turns
was gonna
into
ask you, yeah.
turns into an index policy for them that gets, you know, put in the stock market, stuff like that, to grow over time.
Is that like one of those Gerber things, or is that a different thing?
Kind of similar, but not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You know, what I think's really cool is the fact that the Business Council has this variety of business. I mean, I don't think in
Absolutely.
any talk show in this area I have seen, you know, a shop like Jen's on the same interview with an insurance agent. Are you guys going to exchange numbers for quotes later?
Oh,
No, I'm just
absolutely.
kidding.
Absolutely.
You never have enough life insurance.
I brought a
That's
swag
right,
bag
Jen.
just for
That's
that.
right. And, you know, take me through, Jen, you're a new member to the council. Jacob, you've been there for a few months now. You got to get introduced by Zeke and go through that honor, too.
Yeah.
Jen, take me through just what you're looking to get out of the council.
Well, growing up in Alton, I know that they've been very involved in the community. They do a lot of things, and they seem to have a great camaraderie. Lots of good people in the club, lots of people that I know. So I was just anxious to spend time with them and give back a little.
How did Zeke get you in?
He's Zeke.
Good answer.
I mean-
good answer.
Yeah.
Man, you're going to do well at meetings.
I'm going to keep it lively, that's for sure.
Very true.
You know, Jacob, for the folks that maybe don't realize the council's just kind of atmosphere and what we do on, you know, lunch meetings just throughout the year, give them some insights.
I think what people don't understand is they're really doing their best to look out for the community and not look out for themselves.
Yeah.
We're really talking about what can we do to bring more culture to the community, more vision to the community, and kind of branch out every business so they're successful. I think that's a huge thing that they do that I really, really enjoy.
And what I think is cool too is, you know, there's all these, you know, businesses, some from the same industry, and it's like everyone gets along. It's not one of those things where
Right.
like everyone has that kind of, because I've been a part of those B&I groups where it's like, you know, one has to up pitch the other. You know, if like they got an
Right.
event on Saturday, well, I got an event on Saturday too, and let me just throw in a car giveaway just to top it off. You know, not here. It's just really cool to see everyone come together for lunch.
And there's a lot of people that are other insurance agents in there that
Yeah,
when
that's
I'm
what I mean.
walking in the
Yeah.
first time, you feel like they're going to be barking down your throat, but they're so nice. They're
Yeah.
so kind. You know,
cool.
they have the same common goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you learn a lot too. I mean, like honestly, some of the guest speakers have been awesome, and that's what's really cool. And like my favorite one still is the, and I don't know, Jacob, if you were there yet. It was when Mary came, Lamy from the Bi-State Freeway, and she talked about the freightway that's in St. Louis and how big of an industrial, you know, region it is. It's really fascinating to see how much money is in those economic ports and stuff, and that's all from the, you know, the Business Council. So we get to learn a little bit, chat a little bit, and listen to Zeke make jokes. Why should a young person join the council?
I think because it's no better time to start and be a part of your community now. You know, I'm looking to grow a family.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that my daughter, who's actually on the way, comes here in March.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I want to make sure that my daughter is a part of a good, strong community that she could have success in the future and she could be successful. You know, that's all I really care about.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, Jen, you know, for folks out there that, you know, maybe are, you know, looking to find that spot, because I think you hit it right on the head earlier earlier, you grew up in Alton, you've used to seeing the sights and sounds of the life that really was the hustle and bustle of downtown.
Exactly.
My generation doesn't know that. We're getting there, but we still got a little bit to go. How cool is it to be a part of these long-standing organizations? And do you encourage people to take a look just to be, see what's going on in these places that maybe they've walked by 100 times or heard of and never really looked into?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. From the business council standpoint, there's so many business people at different levels in their business, new people that are starting out and then people that have been there forever. And they do a great job of taking them under your wing, or them taking you under their wing. Yes. And, really they're there to help and guide you. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
With that being said, what are the hours of Persnickety? When can we see you?
Persnickety is Thursday through Sunday, 11 to 5.
Really cool. And then Jacob, when are you in the office? When aren't you in the office?
I'm in the office pretty much 9 to 7 every single weekday. I do appointments on the weekends, and it's my life, so call me at home. I don't mind. I really, really don't mind.
Good answer there, Jacob. You can. Your office is at 192 Alton Square Mall Drive?
Correct. It's right next to Amy Ellick's office.
Oh,
and
really cool. Yeah.
where the cookie factory's going in.
Man, you're getting lucky.
I'm getting really lucky.
Yeah, you are.
I'm very excited about Sarah moving the cookie factory over.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
You guys really do need to join the council if you're a business owner out there, or if you're just somebody that wants to be more involved in the community. There's volunteerism opportunities. We meet on the first Tuesday of every month. Mm-hmm. That's right, because the second Tuesday belongs to the show. Exactly. I always get it backwards because I always, oh man. Don't listen to me, just go to the NAGBC.com and you can join today. It's a really affordable membership and you can learn more about the community. We'll link everything in an article on RiverBender.com, but our daily show takes a break and we'll come back right after this on Roku TV and right here on RiverBender. Ready for it?